How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Jack here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day as always. I'm here in sunny, beautiful California, and today we're going to be test driving the 1991 Mazda Miata. Now, this is a completely stock Mazda Miata. This is actually Richard, Niner Racing Division's
Niner Fan Gaming.
Niner Racing Division, linked up down below in the description. This is his Mazda Miata. I actually tied him up. He's somewhere off camera. Don't worry about him.
I'm not tied up. I'm not tied up.
That's what the globalists want you to believe. Anyway, just a few things about this car, and we'll talk about kind of like my impressions in a little bit. But first off, this car has about 116 horsepower, at least when it shipped in 1991, 30 years ago. You know, after 30 years, some of the horsepower retires, you know, moves away, some of it dies, and a lot of its children don't want to work in the engine horsepower industry anymore. And so really what you have nowadays is more of equivalent of like 80 to 90 horsepower. But don't let that dissuade you, because this is a fun as fuck car to drive. This car is an experience, you know. It kind of feels like you're driving, I guess you could say, a go-kart. It's very low to the ground stepping out. It's not like you're stepping out like this. The best.
Can you do that again?
like you feel every gear change in your ass, in the wheel. You just feel it everywhere throughout the car. It's got a nice little, I guess, rattle as you're driving, and you can drive this thing hard and still relatively stay safe and do the speed limit, you know? It's a type of car for people that want to drive fast. The type of person that shifts like the car owes them money, but at the same time want to stay, I guess you could say, respectable and not drive too fast.
Where the fuck are you walking?
I'm thinking, okay? I'm thinking. All right.
Yeah, he has no idea what the fuck he's looking at right now. He has no idea what he's looking at right now.
Let me look this up. So you got your standard engine here. It's gonna be a 1.6 liter Mazda engine. The Duo at 1.6 valve.
You said Duo? Duo?
What can I say? But yeah, it's
no, that clearly says Dach.
Dach. Alright, sorry. You got your Dach 1.6 liter valve.
No, that's 16 valve, 1.6 liter.
Alright, you got your dipstick there. Everything a car person could want. You got the fuel filter.
That's a fucking brake cylinder reservoir.
Yeah, the brake cylinder reservoir. We are in a drought here in California, so it really does help that we have a reservoir there. You got the windshield wiper fluid there. You got the Fortnite chug jug. You got everything a car guy could want, including an air filter.
I mean, it's just a stock airbox.
Everything a car guy could want in the Mazda Miata. This is what happens when you get someone to do car reviews off of like Fiverr, who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
This is a 1.6 liter B series Mazda engine with 116 brake horsepower. CJ already said that. There's no modifications to this. I replaced the hoses recently because they were harder than CJ's when he sees source filmmaker footage of Overwatch Tracer.
Damn. He had to do me like that.
But yeah, it's just a stock Miata engine bay. Realistically, there's nothing I should really meme on CJ about. There's really nothing done here. It's just a stock Miata engine bay.
So yeah, also a really cool thing about this, which I think completes the package, because overall, this is a fucking lovely car. It's a nice little like sporty car, but what I think really completes the package are these OG Steelies. I don't think Steelies go well on a lot of things, but if there's one car that I think Steelies go really well on, it's Mazda Miatas. And I think with this car, especially the OG, just the stock profile that it has, the Steelies complete the package, in my personal opinion. And from judging from what I was going on earlier, my opinion should not be taken, but still. So basically, there is one single mod done to this Mazda Miata, and I'll show you that right here. All right. I don't know if you can see it, but there's Apple CarPlay.
Oh, sorry.
There's Apple CarPlay. Oh, stare at my ass. There's Apple CarPlay. There's no aircon. There's a heater, but there's no aircon. But there's Apple CarPlay. I think that's a good trade-off. I'm glad Mazda back in the 90s thought, okay, let's put in Apple CarPlay instead of a heater, a aircon, you know? So I don't know about you guys, but as a car guy, you know, sometimes the big debate is like, okay, what about the gas cap? Don't worry guys, the gas cap's right here. So this is where you put your gas, in case if you didn't know, how does it eat, how does it like drink gas? This is where it goes. Unlike a lot of cars where it's like that, it goes down.
Wait, it's like what?
It's like this, where you have to like do that. Here you do it like this.
Yeah, you go knuckles up.
Yeah, you do this. And then that's the gas cap.
Oh, it doesn't say on it though.
It said unleaded. Unleaded. Unleaded fuel only. Essence sans plum Sulement.
No, it doesn't say that. Oh no, on the gas cap.
Oh. Honda Motor Co. So this okay, zoom on that again. Honda Motor Co. So basically, if you didn't know, the 91 Miata is actually a collaboration between Mazda, zoom, and the Honda Corporation. Now, here's the thing. Mazda had the car built. They had the car built, but they couldn't figure out for the life of them just how to really get the gas like can and like the gas fuel area done correctly. So they contacted their bros at Honda, and Honda's were like, we got you. And as a result, that's what we get today. Just a fun little CJ fact for you.
Yeah, CJ lore of the Mazda Miata MX5.
Yeah.
Roadster.
1991. So basically today, we're gonna be taking it up this road here. This is Hecker Pass in San Jose, California, and we're gonna be taking a nice little scenic drive, you know, maybe doing some spirited driving in the Mazda Miata, or my equivalent of spirited driving, you know, since I drive like a grandpa most days.
He drives like a grandpa and vapes like a 15-year-old. Hey. Oh,
I'm also dressed like I'm going to a Pearl Jam concert, so you have to fit the vibe. Going to the Pearl Jam concert in my 1991 Mazda Miata. This is probably the, I guess you could say, the most fun I've had in driving a car in a long while. It's just like a little go-kart. It's just a very small, it's not fast at all, it's very small, slow, but it's fun. That's the thing, and that's really all that matters. Like, you feel, for better or for worse, you feel everything in this car, from just the rattling around to the gear changes. You feel the gear changes in your seat. I drive a 2010 Acura TSX, I drive stick shift. I don't get the same sensation nearly at all, which I mean makes sense. It's a much newer car, but this car really brings in the fun of driving stick shift. The shifter position is perfect. It's literally right here. Like, you don't even have to think about it. As opposed to my car, where it's a little more over here. I'm always knocking shit like around when I'm trying to shift. It's perfect where it is, and that just adds to the overall driving experience. You feel that. Just that engine too. It feels very girthy, very meaty, and that's what I like. I feel like I'm in like a Fast and Furious movie driving this thing, when in reality I'm, you know, only pushing 40, 50 miles an hour. And when you pair that with a beautiful road such as Hecker Pass here, it makes for one absolutely fantastic fucking driving experience. Now, if this Honda, what is this, a Honda Passport or what?
It's a fucking
Honda Passport?
It's a goddamn CRV.
CRV. This fucking CRV could, you know, get out of my way. I'm trying to role play as a fucking boy racer here. Now I have a red Beetle up my ass. What the fuck?
Oh no! Not a fucking red Beetle.
You got Toge a red Beetle here. And also, this is something I do want to point out about cars with pop-up headlights. I've never experienced driving one before until today. That's so fun. That's so much fun. Like that release what's it, serotonin? No, what's the thing that makes you happy?
Dopamine.
Dopamine. That's like a dopamine rush, just right there, just doing that. Oh, I did it!
You fucking did it.
Just look at this road right here. Straight out of fucking Seacrest County, boys. On God.
On God.
Oh, man. And in a car like this, I'm driving at a somewhat safe speed. This does not feel safe at all, like these tire marks here. Skid marks would convey. Not left by me, by the way. If you want to feel like a fucking professional rally car driver or like a race car driver, but you also want to, you know, not die and like get yourself killed driving something like 400 fucking horsepower, I mean, this is the car for you. And just the squeaks and all of this just adds to the car. All the squeaking and all the bits and bobs moving around when you're taking corners. It just adds to it. I feel like I'm driving like a stock car. Especially like that, especially like that.
Well, no, that's shitty California roads.
Hey, the shittiest California road is better than the best Pennsylvania road.
I think a good way to explain this car, though, is it has a whole lot of personality.
Yes. Like, this is the car. It's not the fastest person on the team. It's not the fastest, I guess you could say, driver on the grid. But they're the most fun to be around.
Like, you don't need a whole lot of fucking horsepower. It's not.
No.
People make fucking cars a numbers game, but you realistically do not need much horsepower to have a fun experience.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what the Miata kind of serves. Is, you know, it's fucking one of the slowest fucking pieces of shit out there. But my God, it's fucking fun.
I mean, you don't feel like you're driving that slow. You feel like you're fucking Lewis Hamilton in this thing. But just get a load of that engine. It sounds angry. It sounds fired up. It just saw a fucking nasty tweet. And it was fun tow-gang with that new Volkswagen Beetle.
Bro,
Safe
he's
travels,
sending
my
it.
friend.
He's sending it.
All right, let's take a little downhill here. Test out these brakes.
They're not the greatest, I'll be
Yeah.
honest, CJ. They are not. I need to change my brakes real bad. The rear brakes are fine. The front brakes are fucking doggo.
No power steering. Honestly, that's not even a big issue here. This is just a fantastic road. I'm very envious because I live in eastern Pennsylvania, and while we have the Poconos and we have mountains, we don't have mountain roads like Hecker Pass here, and just the whole area here where we are, there's so many mountain roads to choose from. You have like a nearly endless supply. But yeah, you just hear everything just kind of like moving around. You hear bits and bobs. It's all part of the experience. I feel like I'm racing a late model, and I mean, oh, that's a cop on a bike, I think.
I've never seen a cop up here. I'll be honest, I fucking ripped up here so many times. I've never seen a cop before.
I'll be completely honest, I don't know if that was, or if that was just a dude on a white motorcycle with a blue California Highway Patrol helmet, wearing like a California Highway Patrol like tan uniform, or like something very similar. He might have just been LARPing for all we know.
He was LARPing as a fucking CH.
Either way, he wasn't running radar, that's for sure. A little shalom test. That's the word?
Slalom, you mean?
Slalom, a little slalom. And unfortunately, we have a pack of traffic up here, ending our, I guess you could say, our legal speed limit run here in the Miata. But nonetheless, I am overdosing on dopamine right now driving this thing. I highly recommend, if you get a chance to drive a Mazda Miata, and you get the chance to find a beautiful road like Hecker Pass here, like a fantastic, fun-flowing road, then you are in for a fantastic fucking time. I feel like every car enthusiast, anybody who's into cars, should drive a Mazda Miata at least once. In my not too smart opinion, but in my opinion. I'm in love with this car, you know. I was never really a huge fan like I liked the Mazda Miata like on the outside, but like it wasn't like a car that like I lusted over. You know, I had thoughts at night over. But I mean, that car, after sitting down and driving this thing, that car is up there in my nighttime thoughts. You know, my lustful thoughts at night.
Well, when your meat is all fucking chubbed up and you're having some lustful thoughts, the Miata just pops in your head.
The Mazda Miata pops up.
And something else pops up too.
What? The subscribe button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you like this video. I'm doing some more IRL car stuff in the future, as well as Need for Speed Unbound content. Yeah.
Look at him. Look how fucking stupid he looks. Look how fucking stupid he looks. Look at him with his thumb up. Look how fucking stupid he looks.
It's very low to the ground.
You don't need to get on your fucking knees to get out of the car, you dingus.
And that, my friends, is the Mazda Miata 1991. Again, an absolute... Run that one back. We're running that one back. That, my friends, is the 1991 Mazda Miata. An absolute dopamine rush from top to bottom. From ass to gear shift. An absolute dopamine rush. Again, I want to give a massive shout out to NinerRacingDivision for the car.
You don't own it. I didn't give it to you.
For letting me borrow the car, for letting me drive the car, and then also for the amazing camera work that you're seeing there. The grade A camera work there. But that's it for me tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I will see you all in the next video. Until then, have a good night, everyone.